Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Micah, and today I wanted to come to you to talk about how we are looking at rejection or being told no to the thing that we are praying for and hoping to God for, okay? So today I really want to talk about the perspective that we have over rejection so that we can have a different way of moving about and understanding what it is that God is showing us and telling us when our prayers seem to be unanswered or answered in a way that goes against what it is that we were praying for, right? So one thing I want to talk about is how when God says yes, it's like a door and an opportunity being open unto you. But when it's a no, it's almost like a door that's never open, or sometimes like a door that's been slammed in your face, okay? So let's talk about how sometimes things aren't as they appear. You know, how many times have you found yourself in a situation where you're saying, if I only knew then what I knew now, I would not have done this, or oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? So what I would challenge you to see when you're thinking about rejection or your prayers being unanswered is, what is it that God is protecting you from that you are unaware of? A lot of the times we are oversold into a situation that is really not what it's talked up to be. Things really aren't always as they appear. So sometimes things may appear to us to be beneficial or to be healthy, when the truth of the matter is there's some things that's going on behind that door that you are unaware of. I know everyone has heard the saying, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So those closed doors are doors that are not being open. Instead of being angry about that door not being open to you, thank God, because you don't know what was on the other side of that door when that relationship didn't work out, or when you got rejected and didn't even start the relationship in the first place, because God was protecting you from things that were not healed or things that were unprepared on the other side of the door. Because sometimes we might be ready for things that aren't ready for us. Some things may not be put in place, okay, as well as it is presented to be. We never know what it is that God is keeping us from. But one thing that we do know is God will never give us more than we can handle, okay? So when it comes down to problems, God is not going to throw something on your plate that is just too much when you already got things you're trying to sort out. That's why you're going for the goal in the first place. So sometimes, or all the times, it is very necessary to thank God for the no, because you don't always know what's on the other side of that door that you didn't get to get into, all right? So there's protection in the rejection. Protection for things that are of you. Protection from things that could be dangerous. Protection from things that could be toxic. Protection from things that could trigger you. Protection from situations that are dark, where there's no light, there's no growth within the situation. You get into something and you're trying to invest yourself into something that does not grow you in any way. In fact, it might tear you down and tear you apart in ways that you are currently unaware of. So on today, I challenge you to thank God for protecting you from the things that you are unaware of. Now, there's other times where we feel like we're rejected, or we feel like God is telling us no. And it's because we're not yet prepared for what it is that we're asking God for. There's some things that we need to work on within ourselves, some things that we need to know, kNOW, in order to gain the thing that we are trying to gain or obtain or to accomplish. There are some things that we need to grow into because we're not ready yet. So when we think about that phrase, God will not give us more than we can handle, that also applies to our blessings. Sometimes we ask God for blessings that are bigger than what we are prepared to hold on to. So instead of God just giving us the thing that we are not prepared to hold on to, God starts to build us into the person that is able to maintain the blessing of what it is that you're praying for. So maybe right now you're praying to God for a home because you're living with someone. But while you're living with someone, observe the lessons that's being learned along the way that's going to help you maintain your own home when you are blessed with it. Maintain the income that it's going to take for you to be able to afford your own home when you are blessed with it. There may be some things that God is trying to show you within your transition from where you are to where it is that you are going. And if you just rush the process, you might miss the skills that you need in order to maintain what it is that you obtain. Because a lot of times we just want to get something real quick, but let's think about the longevity of being able to hold on to that thing and keep that thing. Because when we're praying to God for things that we need, it's not that we need it right now. We needed something that's going to last. When you're praying for a home, you don't want a home for a day. You want a home that's going to last you and your family. You don't want income that's just going to come one day. You want income that's going to constantly flow into your life. You don't want a job that when you get the job that you're working yourself from check to check. You want a job that's going to satisfy your passion and your purpose. You want a job that is going to also fulfill your financial needs. So sometimes we try to rush things and get it real quick, and it doesn't last because we are lacking in some areas of maintenance for that blessing. So instead of God just giving us the big thing, God first gives us the skills that it takes for us to be able to not only get it, but to keep it. Okay? So it's all about perspective. It's all about how you're looking at it. Because sometimes we even rush the process and go ahead and find our own way to it real quick. And it comes, but ask yourself, did it last? Were you able to maintain it? Were you able to keep it? Or do you find yourself in a position where you get it and you lose it and you get it and you lose it? You got to ask yourself. There has to be somewhere that I'm lacking a skill, because God provides all of my needs. So if I have a need for a home, then certainly you have a need to know how to maintain your home. Not just to get it, but to keep it. Not just to get the job, but to keep it. And not just to keep it and let it sit and rot. And, it's to grow it. It's going to be a place of production. Whatever God will bless you with will not be something that's just going to be stagnant in your life. Or something that you're going or guaranteed to lose. It's going to be something that you're going to be able to maintain and hold on to, because you have the skills. Because you have become the person that you need to be. Because when you become the person that you need to be, the person that you're growing into, the person that you're developing yourself to be, you'll find yourself where you don't have needs. Because you've grown into a person that has a skill set that is able to overcome problems by putting the certain steps in place in order to get where it is that you need to go, instead of trying to skip all the steps and get there without having what you need when you arrive. And when you think about going from one place to another, there is a path you must follow. There's a road that you must take. So it's no way possible that you should think that just because I thought about it, it should just show up. No, there's a road and a path that you're going to follow. But guess what? Along that road and path, when you go somewhere over and over again, you start to remember how to get there without the GPS, right? So when you start to go on the road to obtaining your goals and the things that you're praying to God for, along that road, you start to remember things and recall things and learn things that you never knew before. When you go to a new place, you start, I never knew that was there. I didn't know that was there. That's the same thing with it when it comes down to us as people. When we start to want to acquire new things and obtain new things and do new things, we start to discover things in us that we didn't know was there, because now we're taking a different route that we've never taken before. So we're starting to discover things about ourselves that we never realized was even there. A lot of times we think we don't have it, and we do. We just need to grow it. We just need to work it, just like a muscle, so that it's strong enough to uphold what it is that we're doing. You know? So, let's start to look at things differently when we think about know. Because sometimes it's not N-O. Sometimes it's K-N-O-W. What is it that you don't know, that you just thank God that you don't have to know because he protected you from it? Or what is it that you need to know so that you can grow into it? All right? Well, that's all I got for you today. I hope this blesses you like it blessed me. If so, like the video, share it to anyone else that needs to hear the word, and subscribe to my channel for more messages. Thank you, and have a beautiful and blessed day. Later.